Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And can you believe it? It's been a whole year, 365 days without gardening. If you followed the channel, you know that we actually took a year off of gardening. We didn't do anything. We did buy some stuff. I did buy some trees, but nothing went in the ground. It's been nice, but things are still growing. As you can see, we've still been able to, even without fertilizing. We did have to spray the mango trees twice, and I still managed, and that was just for disease reasons. And we still managed. I had to cut one all the way off, like I had to kind of kneecap it. But for the most part, everything else you've seen, whatever, when January the 1st, 2024 came, whatever wasn't done, didn't get done. So we put in all the irrigation we could. You saw me and Bells actually do that. But these old beds, I didn't have time to get to them. So they've actually just laid here. And you can see, this is going to be some of the projects from this year. But this is our little asparagus patch that we started with. And here's some, looks like a lemon balm, huh?
Yeah.
Still have a rose that survived when I stuck into the ground. Here's a little, I think that's a mix.
That's a must. The mustard. That's the third choice.
Yeah, something that we've gotten crossed, but they still keep coming out.
But they are so good though.
Yeah, they're not as bitter. And then here, we're gonna put some trees right here where those old pine trees used to be. I think we're gonna put some citrus here this year. But you can see, as like I said, we have some sweet potatoes and stuff planted here. We just didn't do anything, so we didn't move these. We actually have some garlic coming up over here. This is where our carrots were. They're just there now. But we haven't done anything. Everything is exactly kind of how it looked, besides cutting the grass. Just how it was 365 days ago. What it has allowed us to do, taking that Sabbath year off, taking that year off to rest, rejuvenate. We've had time to kind of plan and see more what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. I don't like to see them coming that early, but it is what it is. We're going to redo this bed too as well. Probably pick up this as best we can and let it grow here, but nothing else is going to grow here. We're going to take these beds out. We're kind of getting away from those 1 foot small beds and going to all of the 17 inches or higher. And that would try, I think that's going to help us with the grass growing up around and into all this stuff. From what I found, this spacing is like key. We're gonna take this is a pineapple pear. Hopefully we get some fruit off of this year. I'm starting to see some little fruit spurs. So hopefully we get some fruit off of it this year. And then I can go ahead on and cut these off. Cause I'm not gonna keep cutting these off. Cause this is the only thing that's growing on this tree is that little branch that comes up right there.
It look dwarf.
Huh?
Probably a dwarf.
Because this is taking all of the energy. So I don't know why. That one little piece right here is like the only piece that wants to grow. Kind of like it's a part of the, what they call it, that main branch. Okay. But for some reason, I would think this will be part of the main branch too. It's off the same middle part. But only that wants to grow. So a lot of fruit and spurs. Hopefully we get some fruit off of this one. And we're going to take these trees and eventually I'm going to cut this. It just doesn't want to work right. I think this year I'm going to cut this one out first.
This one, yeah.
And then we're going to try to graft to those at the bottom and leave this one for one more year. But if this one doesn't act right this year, then it'll probably go too. I'm not going to fight with it. Those were here when we first got here, so Maybe
They was
they're-
doing good when we first got here, though.
Maybe they're not liking our energy or something. I don't know.
But they got a lot of protein spurs on it too.
Yeah. I mean, it fruited last year, but they didn't taste right last year. It was loaded with pears, but they just didn't taste right to me.
Sour.
We don't know what we're gonna do 100% this year with this patch. What I really want to do is take this whole area out and reinforce the old chicken coop, because this was an extension. We tried to do an extension, but we lost so many chickens in that extension. Even though it was better for them and they had more area, I think I want to go to something where we got less chickens, but they're able to stay in there, inside the original chicken coop what we designed. And I just got to shore up every part of that thing to make sure there's no holes in it. Yeah, we got to take care of that. That's what we got to take care of.
Yeah.
But the figs are doing amazing. You can see it's still got a couple of figs left, and it's way out of season. But they're doing amazing. So we're gonna take some of these. They're not good though. They're not like that. We're gonna take some of these branches and air layer them, or just cut them off and stick them in some pots. I can make sure there wasn't that ambrosia beetle. Boy, we had a fight with that.
Yeah, we glad that we was ahead of it too.
Yeah. So we did what we had to do with that. But they're looking good. This one didn't do as much. This is one of our best ones the year before last, but this year it didn't do much. Another candidate for if we wanted to take this tree and put it somewhere else in the yard, we can easily get some cuttings or air layers off of this one and just stick it in the ground.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, all of these trees just came from sticks about, I'm gonna say,
Small.
about this big right here. Sticks that we had, somebody gave us, and we just stuck them in the ground.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at, but I was amazed by this one though. Look, it's still alive, and this is like moringa, and it's been outside for, you know, the cold weather, and it's still alive. I think because the sun was like shining.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's still alive, but it's still growing too.
Yeah.
But we haven't had any real cold. We've had down to like 40, but we haven't gotten in the low 30s yet. So I'm sure if it got to the low 30s, it wouldn't make it. But now since the new year has started and we can actually garden now, if we remember, this will be an easy save, because all we have to do is just take this pot and either dig that out and put it in a high tunnel or something in another pot. So that'll be an easy save for us.
Hey.
Did I say they got something growing in there?
So this is where what we were trying to do. You can see our two big muscadine vines that I was trying to get to grow into that. So in order to take this completely out, we would have to come out here and
cut
the muscadine vine out here. Or we would have to at least cut everything else except for this one fence post, and leave this one, but cut everything else and let it kind of regrow back off of this one fence panel. Sorry. Whatever I do, I gotta do it before the spring comes. As you can see, this thing here got so much
loquats, kumquats. I said loquats.
So we did actually keep a lot of the wood, even though I got it just on the ground. A lot of the wood I kept because when we start doing those beds, we need some wood for the bottom of those beds. So a lot of this wood is, you got one? A lot of the wood is dry and rotted, so it's going to be easy for us to just cut them up and throw them in the bottom of those beds.
But this one is like too loaded, and then they are like, It fell on the thing. It's probably too heavy.
And they're perfect now because that cold has hit.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to get that cold.
That's enough, yeah. Y'all not gonna eat all of it. You are?
Don't know about this one. It's still alive, but it's real shaded, so it's always a little behind. Looking for this one to do something this year. It gave us one.
Two, but the other one fell and
The
we
other one
didn't
fell.
know. Yeah.
We ate one. Last year we ate one. So for the last 2 years we've got one pawpaw. Now we have never fertilized it, so this will be his first year getting actual
Fertilizer.
fertilization, and we'll see what it's going to do then. Everything else, that the pile there is going to be a continuation. So I'll take that pile of dirt and I'll come right here. This is what my brother's old car used to be. I'll take that pile and I'll dump some dirt right here on this side, and I'll dump some dirt right there on that side. So we'll get 2 more piles to plant some trees in, and I'll just have to find my line and get just one little thing of water off of each one. But it's right here somewhere down the middle. So that's gonna be easy.
Yep. Oh, look at that mandarin thing over there.
So we did. This is the one. This is the ice cream mango. It just kept getting disease. So we had to cut it off because what it was doing was it was diseasing the other mangoes. So hopefully our other mangoes make it.
Isn't it just the mandarin?
Yeah, and it's ready too. And we're gonna have to eat it because it's one of those where if you don't have the thing to cut it off, it's
Open.
Well, look at that! Look at that grease all over that oil. We're gonna taste this one. All we got is one this year, but it did grow. So
Yep.
we kept them covered this year because we had a later winter. Last year it was like real cold up until like March and stuff for some reason. So we kept it covered too long. Actually, while it was actually blooming, we had it covered, so we couldn't really get any pollination. Here's another seedling loquat. We got a little patch here, and I think we had one of the giant loquat seedlings to survive. So as soon as the spring comes, we'll come out here, and it seems that you can see here is one of the most shaded spots. So it seems to me that the loquat likes this shaded area, kind of like the pawpaws, and so I would like to take the other loquat and kind of put it maybe right there. And either right there or right here, and we'll just have those side by side. Here's grapefruit.
Grapefruit. We didn't get no fruit this
Yeah,
year.
we didn't get no grapefruit, but another one we had covered late into the year. Here's just piles that we already have irrigation to. We're just gonna have to come. Once the winter comes and knocks all of this grass down, it'll be easier to kind of weed the weeds out with the weed eater. Here is, look how contorted it looks.
Yeah, they got all the thorns.
So we have to cut this part off because this is the part that's from the ground under the grass, and this is the actual tree on this side. So like I said, one of the things about taking that break was we wasn't able to do any real fertilizing or real work. So that kind of got us. We do have some more jujubes we're gonna bring back here. But here, I actually just gotta cut these off so the energy can come here. Eat it, buddy.
Is that a flower on the pear or that just
No,
keep
that's
vine?
that,
Oh,
that
okay.
vine growing up.
Morning glory.
Yeah, look at that old vine that was on the grapefruit.
And that thing smells good.
You like this?
Yeah, I can smell all the way from over here. Like the smell is stronger than them oranges and tangerine. Yeah, the smell is so strong.
And we do have the mandarin quat that we're gonna plant this year. I don't know if I'm gonna plant them outside right here. I think I'm gonna plant those closer to the house or in the high tunnel, but I'm kind of leaning toward in the high tunnel. until they get growing and can give me some air layers, and then we'll plant them outside.
Yeah.
As you
We
can
showed
see,
them the thing. We got one of the sugar apple, but it died.
I'm trying
I
to
mean,
save that for some food.
it probably will go.
It's a little too wet for me to go in the high tunnel. How about to not keep this video too long? We'll go in the high tunnel on the next one. Thank y'all for watching. It's been, we haven't even went, huh? We haven't even been to the front yet to show you, but everything survived out there. We're gonna go in the high tunnel, check it out. For you, it'll be the next video, so stay tuned, and we'll tell you how the garden looks 1 year with no gardening on part 2. Be right back.